Hello FlossTube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you new projects. I want to show you first the finished projects. I want to show you progress on the ongoing projects and new starts, like new projects. Everything as usual, everything I do usually in with my cross-stitch life. I hope you'll enjoy this video, and I am happily presenting you one of my finished projects, the already project. This is Gingham Kilt by Just Nan. Yes, I did it. I did it, and this project occurred difficult. Yes, even me, who stitches a lot of Nan, who can stitch Nan quickly, and I already got used to the symbols, I got used to different specialty stitches, to a lot of things. This design was tough for me. Okay, first of all, I would start with the fact that this design is not stitched according to original kit, as I didn't have such a kit. This is from the series pattern pack. So when you have the chart, you have the fabric, and you have the embellishment pack, you just add the floss. I wanted this one very much, but unfortunately I couldn't buy it, meaning that the rare cases when I saw it on eBay, it was too expensive. And when I had the opportunity to buy the tulip charm, this tulip bouquet, which is the only charm, which is the only embellishment which has to be used in this design, I was mega happy, because the fabric, which is also quest to find, this is cream, this is Graziano cream, I'm always forgetting how this one is called. So this is 28th count, just 28th count natural and burgundy check linen, yeah, from Graziano. This one, it was possible to find a piece, and I found a piece. And having the linen and the charm, this was like the missing part which I was looking for, as I have the chart for a couple of years. I have just the chart, not the original one. And I was even going to stitch this one and put here another charm, but if I found this one, I consider myself even happier. Okay, so the floss I added. This is Milk Hill. This is DMC, 13 shades of floss, the usual how they say shades the Just Nan uses, but the stitch, I said it was difficult, meaning it was longer than I expected, and it was much more difficult than I expected. Which was the difficulty for me, at least. My difficult part or problem was the fact that I stitched very slowly on this kind of linen. I have the experience of stitching sampler by Just Nan, but there the linen was cream, this checks the way in cream, and it was much easier to stitch. Here, the part which made impossible, yes, I am not afraid of saying this one, impossible for me, it was these parts when it was the mixture. You see, the red part was okay, the cream part was okay, but when this mixture came, I actually, with the tip of my needle, I was counting the threads where to frost it. Honestly, I don't know. Either I am so dumb and I cannot stitch on such a linen, or it's so difficult to stitch. And when I was stitching this one, I was thinking, oh my god, what I'm going to do with this sampler, because I like very much, enormously, I like the sampler. I was planning stitching it this winter before Christmas, and I was saying, oh my god, it's going to be awful. So okay, the thing is that I tried to stitch this one quick because I wanted to have a quick finish, I would admit this. But now, knowing the problem with the linen, I am already planning this one for a longer time. So the best way to stitch this one safely without leaving and abandoning the project is like stitching a little bit, leave it for the day, stitch something else on a normal fabric. Next day you take it again, you stitch, for example, stitching one flower per day, I think it's going to be okay. So stitching it like in 2 weeks, it's okay, so that it's a small design, stitching it in 2 weeks, but you'll do it like better. I stitched it in 3 or 4 days. And for me, not only this one, I admit I was combining it with other design, other project, but okay, I'm just warning you. Maybe in your case you're going to stitch it easier, and it's just I'm trying to frighten you, and you'll say that don't do this. Okay, the stitching itself, it's not simple, you know. So the linen is complicated, and the stitching itself on this linen, so it has a lot of different things. First of all, okay, there is cross stitching 2 threads over 2, we know this thing, but there are specialty stitches. There are like these threads, these leaves here, like this one has leaves. Thanks God they were stitched on a corner of cream square, and this saved my life. Then this one, the white one, so here again I had to like thrust and look with the point of my needle where to go. The middle here has Smyrna, this one, the tiny one has Smyrna, and the yellow one, bigger one, middle ones have Maltese cross, if I'm not wrong. And these butterflies, there are 8 butterflies, so no matter, so you see them that they are very small, but they consist of 4 cross stitches in blue, 2 Smyrna crosses, then the body and the antennae you do the back stitch with black, and the wings you have to take another shade of blue and make the back stitch of the wing. So I spent a lot of time just finishing them, and they are stitched on the, and the butterflies, they are stitched on this type of linen, which I hate the most. And there was backstitch around this yellow like centers where the Maltese cross is. So for the corners I made the backstitch. Backstitch should be made with a dark pink thread. So I made the corner flowers, but I didn't make these ones because I didn't like how it looked like. Also Smyrna is the white one which comes here. So it's the small design, but requires quite a lot of time, I would say. Nevertheless, when you finish it, even when you stitch it and you have already certain patterns stitched, you start like, wow, this is so beautiful, wow, this is so beautiful. And when you finish it, you say, wow, this worth. So the whole fuss and the whole hard work worth it, because it's a very beautiful finished design. And as you can see, I already finished it in a frame. Yes, this time I didn't even ask myself what I want, if I want cushion, pink cushion, if I want something else. I knew for sure that I want this one in a frame. I purchased a frame from an online shop. It's simple, meaning like it's plastic, it's not like some wooden one. Nice, I like it, by the way, it's nice. The only thing which bothers me that it's too dark. This one comes kind of grayish, but the checks here is, I didn't think about this, but the part of this linen is cream, you know, dark cream. I'm thinking about buying another one because they had lighter, and I'm thinking about a lighter version. And if I'm going to buy it and reframe it, of course I'm going to show you, and you'll tell me what you think. Also, I had to pull the things a little bit more to make it perfect, but honestly I didn't have patience to finish it and to show it to you. So I'll look for another chart, for another frame, and I'll try to pull here so that it would look like perfect. Nevertheless, I like it enormously. So gingham kilt, a design I wished very much to stitch, is finished. And finishing this one, I will have a new start. Yes, I was showing you this one, the pearl orchid. This is what I should have. This is also pattern pack design. I just stick to this pattern packs designs. If you noticed, this one it's smaller, so it should be kind of 3 by 3 inches, if I'm not wrong. 3 by 3, yes, 3.5 by 3, 49 stitches on 49, something like this. So what do I have here? I have the linen, which is 28 count, how it's called, it's Camille Rose Cashel linen, very beautiful shade. It's a pity they took out of print this one. I think it's Weigert. Yeah, it's Weigert. They say it's Weigert. Look how nice the the scissors look here. So what I had as an embellishment pack, I have such hand-dyed silk thread, nice one by the way, and there is an embellishment pack which has such a orchid charm. This is a sew-on charm, it doesn't have a thing to attach. You see, you have to go like here with the thread. And embellishment pack, which consists of 2 types of beads. There are the 2mm pearls and the small gold, petite gold beads. And that's it. And I have just to add the floss. And here I have only 8 shades of DMC. I have here prepared 4, just 4, because the other 4 I have to take from here. Yes, you know that if you are stitching just then, I have this thing. For example, I take a design, I finish it, and if I start the second one or the next one by just then, I just have to take a lot of threads from here and put it into the next design. So yes, this is going to be my next new project with the just then. This one is going to be smaller. I have, by the way, a frame bought earlier from TK Maxx. I hope it's going to fit. And next time I'm also going to show you a finished design framed already. I hope. I'll see. So I have a finish and I have a new project. And I wanted to make an update on this design. This is a Cozy Glen by Dimensions, the gold petites. And yes, if you expected that I would show you the finished design, no, I don't have a finished design. Honestly, I expected from myself to be quicker and like the next filmed part with this design to be the ready work, but it seems that after I showed you almost half a work stitched, which was done in 4 days, and I said that I was extremely fast and I was even shocked by myself. You know, starting with the 5th day, I just didn't have the mood of stitching it so much. Yeah, so I started stitching it usually in the morning, and it was like 300 and something crosses, and then 500 and something, and that's it. That's it. I just couldn't stitch anymore that day with this design. And I decided that it's a sign. It means that I have to... So I took, you know, like that first bite. It happens. I think it happens to a lot of stitchers. When you start stitching a design and you are so... how do I say? So in the mood of stitching it, and you take that first bite, and then you just cannot chew anymore. And it was my case, and that's why I was just stitching it as little as I could, and then like switching to other projects. So didn't worry that I won't finish this one. And you know, in such a way it goes normally pretty quickly, I would say, still pretty quickly, and it's going to be finished because from last time, so I had the house finished, didn't have the backstitch on the top of the roof finished, and this house was stitched, and I think, yeah, I got to this side. So since then I stitched all the how they say, the trees in the woods, and here as well. And believe me, it's such a, I wouldn't say it's a mess. Yeah, it's a mess of half stitches, a mess of cross stitches, and a mess of colors, a lot of them. And finished that one, like finished the half stitch is the sky, and already the back stitch here. And yes, so half work it's kind of here. I have 75% of it. So from what I left so far, it's yeah, this is my preview. This is a Franklin Mint plate. Apparently they have, you see, also it's called a Cozy Glen. And I was thrilled when I found this one. And what I have left actually is the front of the house. You see the lawn and the path which goes to the house, and the pond here with two ducks. Yeah, so I really hope that next time when I'm going to speak about this project, I'm going to show you the finished design, because it's not a big one and it's a beautiful one, and it's very nice to stitch, you know, this variety of colors and the richness of colors. How to say, it's the same as the summer, you know, like summer has a lot of colors, the cross stitch you're doing has a lot of colors, so it's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant project actually to be stitched. And I will repeat probably myself, it's a pity that dimensions do not produce this design anymore. And I wanted to show you the progress with the project by so this is a sampler by Sandy Orton. It's called Le Jardin, the garden. I'm stitching this one from such cross-stitch, just cross-stitch magazines, because it was firstly, as far as I understood, it was published here. This one, if I'm not wrong, you can buy as a chart from Cooler Design Studio. I decided to try to stitch it from the original initial thing, source, and this is how it should look like, and this is what I have stitched so far. Yes, I can say that this is a little bit more than half of design, because this is not everything. You see, I tried here to have some outlines, and this is what I have so far. In my case, the fabric is Brittany Lugana, the 28th count. This is mushroom is the color. I have a piece of 35 on 50, so this one is enough. Yes, you don't have a lot of space here, but it's enough to frame it, so it's not tragical, I would say. And I took this specific fabric because I'm intending to stitch 5 samplers, kind of the same style, which would come the same way. And the first one is already stitched. This is Lily Sampler by Sandy Orton, but this was a dimension kit, and this one, which was a dimension kit, I also changed the fabric. So I have fabric for the 5 of them, because 2 of them I have as a kit and 1 as a chart, because don't remember which one I have. Paradise, Floral Paradise, I think. That one also is released by Jeanlin, but I couldn't find it as a kit recently. I haven't seen it as a kit being sold since I decided to stitch them. So this one, according to the original chart, has to be stitched in Kreynik silk threads, Kreynik silk Mori and Kreynik silk Serica. I'm not stitching it in Kreynik, I'm stitching it in DMC, and the DMC, how they say, transition, so Kreynik DMC transition was made by an Ukrainian stitcher, and she published it on her Instagram page. I'm going to leave the link in the info box. She stitched it, so I saw the result. That's why I decided to go into it. So my stitches with DMC. Because, you know, I will have cotton threads for the rest of them. Didn't want to have this one stitched in silk. Wanted all of them to be stitched in cotton. Same fabric and stitched with cotton threads. So started with the center, and the center, when you calculate, comes kind of here. So center comes here, and I calculated and went here and started with this bouquet, beautiful bouquet. Actually, I don't know if the stitching looks complicated, but what I have stitched so far, it was very easy, and I stitched it almost. So let's say so. I stitched everything except this back stitch. I stitched in 4 days. Yeah, so quick. So first I started with this bouquet. Stitched the greenery first. It's very easy. If you take one color, you go with that one color, then you take the second one layer by layer. And then I made the flowers. You see that the flower centers come with gold. And then I had the back stitch. The back stitch again, it's a lot, but it's easy because it goes like it outlines, and it's a square back stitch, so you don't have to make lines like this. It's square back stitch. You go through kind of natural, I would say, so you don't have to think, okay, where should I go to have this line or that line. You just go and naturally you get the line you need. Then when I finished this one, I said, okay, I can cling myself to make this rice stitch, these columns, which are made of rice stitch, and I made like the whole rice stitch, which had to be made here. So started kind of from here and went up, made them up. They come in 2 colors, 3 threads I used. So they are exactly the same as I used to make them here in dimensions. Okay, the shades are a little bit different. And then seeing that they went so well, I said, okay, I have already the 3 threads. My hand knows how to make it quickly. Why not making them all? So I went down and made them like until the end here, and also a line of rice stitch comes here. So I finished with this specialty stitch. In this design I made the rice stitch. Then I seeing that this one was so quick, I decided, okay, let me make some more specialty stitches. So here the ones which come like underneath and below the Bargello, it's a long-armed stitch. I don't know if you can see it properly, but this is not back, it's not cross stitch. You see this one. So I made this one, I made this one, and then I made this one, which is pretty easy. And I made the square, this one, diamond, which is going to be filled with petites. Petites, it means cross stitches 1 over 1. Yes, it's a part which takes time, but it's not super complicated. It's not the most complicated part of this design. Then finishing this outlines, you know, say, okay, it's time to start filling in the things. And I filled in the Bargello. This one is being done quickly, by the way, if you know how to start. And again, this I like very much. I don't know the Cooler Design Studio charts, how they look like, but these ones, there they are. These ones are very good with the specialty stitches. Look here, you see Bargello, how well this one is done, is given here, like the colors, it says which color to start with. Also the paillette, I haven't attached any paillettes yet. The long arm stitch, the rice stitch, everything. So they are very useful, very useful. So if you find them, if you want to stitch this design, if you can find them, they are a real treasure. Okay, so had the Bargello. Then said, okay, let me do the upper part, and I made like the leaves here, the stems, and the poppies, because these 2 are poppies, and they have even some French knots. The only French knots from this work, they come here. Okay, and I was left from the upper part, I was left with this back stitch. So I said that so far what I talked about, I stitched in 4 days. Yes. When I started this back stitch, I don't know why, but this back stitch was quite difficult to me to be done. Meaning that I started I stitched this back stitch in 4 days, every morning, little by little. So I couldn't do it. It's normal just to sit down for a few hours and to do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know why, I was getting bored so quickly. So the first stitching session in the morning, it was this one. I was like getting up, doing a stitch here as much as I could, leave it, and next morning doing the same thing. So during 4 days I did it. Okay, nevertheless, I have kind of half a design, like, because here is stitched, half design is stitched, except the fact that I still have to attach here some paillettes, but I decided to attach them in the end. So I said that all the paillettes, beads, everything which has to be attached is going to be in the end. So next I'm going to continue doing here. The part which I am afraid the most is this one, because these roses, these leaves, they are not easy to be done. That's why probably this one is going to be left in the end. I'm going to continue writing Le Jardin because this is simple. I'm going to do these petites, also kind of net here, these flowers, and leaving everything, like leaving the part I am afraid the most to the end. But nevertheless, I hope I'm going to do okay with it. So yes, this is how this design is going on. Pretty fast, pretty nice, I would say. And I just pulled out from stitched stash, my Lily sampler, just to remember how this one looks like. This one was stitched last year from original dimensions kit. The only thing is that I changed the fabric. I said already that I changed the fabric with this one, and also the beads, the golden beads which are here. I changed the beads on from SJ Designs because the dimensions beads, they are not very good quality. Yes, so this is the first one, which is ready, and I hope that the garden is going to be the second ready this season. And of course I'm going to update you about the progress on this project in my next videos. And I want to start 2 new projects, yes, larger projects, because you saw in this video you already saw one new project, but that one is small, a project which I finished very quickly. But now I want to try to start something larger. So it's going to be 2 designs. So the first one is lavender and lace fallen roses. This is a chart which I have purchased recently, and I said that I cannot sleep, eat and drink since I purchased it, because yes, I want to stitch this one. So I decided if I want to do so, why not? That's why I prepared what I need for this design. The fabric which is required, this is 28 count Cashel linen cobblestone from Zweigart. This one is out of print, that's why I chose also Cashel, also 28 count, but I chose color, it's 36 taupe, yeah, 36, I think it's 36, just a second, I have a tag. 306. It's the code of the color. I hope it's going to be okay. I hope very much it's going to be okay. The vast majority of this design is being stitched with a dark blue color. This is DMC 3750, and I needed 8 skeins for this one. Yes, the chart says 8 skeins. I purchased 8 skeins because I'm really curious to see if all of them are going to be used. Also is used such treasure braid PB40. As far as I can see, I'm not sure, but I think this golden thread is going to be used to write the ear and to outline the hearts. You see here, it's a heart outlining. I think so, I'm not sure. And the rest of the threads, this is DMC, and these are the shades, not a lot of them. They are going to be used actually for the girl, the woman. So it's her hair, face, blouse. Yeah, things like this. Oh, yes, and these colors, they are used for hearts and for roses. See how bright they are, these colors. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to try to start stitching this one. Hope it's going to look nice. I'm not sure how soon, when I'm going to finish it, how quick this one is going to be stitched, but nevertheless it's something which I just cannot stop like myself from starting stitching it. So I'll try to make out of it a project and you'll see how this one is going on. Okay, so this was one of the starts of the new projects, and the second part of the new project is going to be such a trio. This is loose feathers from Blackbird design. These were purchased kind of couple of years or even 3 years ago, don't remember. But both these ones, they are being stitched in Gentle Art and the Classic Colorworks threads. These threads, this is for the 3 of them. And little by little I purchased the threads as well. I have all of them, and the chart and the threads, they were like lying 1 year and something, saying that okay, I'll start it, okay, I'll do it, okay, I'll stitch it. And you know, me, the person who likes stitching seasonal projects, now I don't have anything, how they say, big. Yes, I'm stitching the pockets by Just Now, but they are small. They are being stitched quickly, you know, and I said, why not taking one more design, one more series of one more series of seasons, yes? And I remembered that this one starts with summer, and I said, oh my god, this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to stitch summer in summer. I'm going to stitch autumn in autumn. I think it's not going to be such a slow stitch because it's not a lot of stitch here. And when winter comes, I'm going to stitch winter, and I'm going to try until the end of the year to have the whole thing stitched, and it's going to look like this. The result. They said it's brilliant, genius idea. Okay, I also had in the pack with this ones, I had a piece of Zweigart fabric prepared. Don't remember, it was cream, don't remember which color it was. But when pulling out these ones from the pack to show it to you and start stitching the other day, I just had an idea. Why not trying to dye fabric by myself? I am not dyeing fabric. I am quite, how they say, new to this, but I'm terribly curious about trying this thing, as there are shades of fabric you can dye by yourself which are unique, let's say so. And I said, why not giving up the fabric which I prepared and trying to dye my own fabric. Originally, the design is being stitched on this color of fabric. This is Irish Cream 30th count from R&R Reproduction. R&R Reproduction, either they are not dyeing now, they are dyeing very little, but the cases when I needed something by R&R Reproduction, I couldn't find. So the shops which say that they sell this fabric, they have the shades of fabric which I don't need for any design. At least the designs I needed a piece of R&R Reproduction, they were out of stock in the shops where I looked for. Okay, and I said, why not trying to do something by myself? And I took a piece of Zweigart Antique White linen. I don't know how Irish cream looks like, but I took Italian coffee. So my coffee machine is making coffee out of coffee beans. So we are buying coffee beans, and the machine makes the coffee, you know. We love very much Lavazza, me and my husband. I mean, like, we are using it for years. We tried different other brands, but till the end, this is our favorite brand. Okay, so I'm not like making it, how they say, I'm just telling you, in case you're asking yourself which brand of coffee I used, I'm just telling you. So I let the coffee machine to make 3 giant mugs of coffee. Giant. I boiled some water in the kettle. I mixed everything, like the boiled water and the coffee. By the way, the coffee I was adding after that little by little, because I didn't put all the 3 mugs. I put 2 of them and made the third one in between. And in that water, I just like synced the fabric and looking what I have. And till the end, I got such a color. I like the color quite a lot. It's how they say, it doesn't have you know, like, it's not covered totally, but it doesn't have how they say, the things like which go, because I didn't intend to have this one. I wanted like color which goes everywhere. I am very contented about the result, and just rinsed after left it in that water when I thought that it's okay. I left it like 20, no more than 30 minutes for sure. Took it out, rinsed it, dried it, ironed it. It doesn't go anywhere, it stays here, it's perfect. So yeah, it was a good how they say, it was a good experience for me. Liked it, and I'm going to stitch this design on this fabric, and this would be one more project to be started. So I'm expecting from myself that I will stitch summer in summer. So we'll see how well I'm going to do with this one. And that's it. That's everything I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was interesting for you, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.